Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is the Rant. Boom. And today we are going to talk about consumerism. So grab your wallet. You ready to go? And buy it all. Hello, welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is The Rant. It's the start of a brand new week here in Australia. Monday morning for me and Sunday for the rest of you. I keep waiting for you all to catch up. Come on. You can do it. You can catch up, all of you living outside of Australia. There's a little moo cow floating around my head. You ever going to catch up? I don't think so, because we're like that. So here we are. It is a Monday morning here in Australia and Sunday for you. Enjoying your Sunday. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. This is the Rant. We do this every week where we have a little bit of a chin wag just about stuff. I go completely off script. And we hope that I don't get demonetized. Why? I hope I don't get demonetized, because it's always a horrible thing when they get you just for saying the word, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And I get, what I was saying. Let's say hello to folks who are here. Ed B. Metal, what's going on? Good to see you. I hate that. I hate that as well too. Good to see you. There you go. And you just said it. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's really nice to see you. I like mixing up my hellos. Hello, Jenny Jolivet. Hello, Jade and everyone. Blanket, hello. We're out walking the dog. She's just a walking the dog. Semtex Cow, hello, hello. Joe and Barry Glenn lurking in the shadows. Lovely to see you both. Hugh Caldwell with big blankets. There he is. Hello, Hugh. And there he is, the birthday boy from yesterday, who got a Mr. Smith impersonation that probably gave him nightmares last night, and everybody else nightmares. Somebody sent me photos of it last night. What was going on, folks? If you missed the opening hour yesterday, the crazy things happen on the opening hour, right? Sometimes you're just there, you're doing a performance, and all of a sudden this happens on stage, and you're wearing a pair of pantyhose over your head, trying to see the lyrics of a song of somebody's song. And you don't know what the hell is going on. And that happened yesterday. There you go. Mars Capone, hello to you. I see it's Mars Capone. Rise of Dark Leader, Blanket, hello for me too. My keyboard not working so good. When did you start broken English, Leela? Is that a new language for you? There he is. It's my mate. It's your mate. It's everybody's mate. It's Thomas Christ. And he's here as well too, banging the links, trying to encourage you to throw away your money towards some idiot like me. Ed Zelinsky, see this guy here? Ed Zelinsky is an absolute sweetheart. If you don't follow his channel, he just dropped a video today. I'm very honoured to be a part of it. Let me find it, folks. Here it is. Ed Zelinsky has dropped this video today. And it is called My Favourite YouTube Music Educators. And trust me on this, I am very flattered to be included in this list. Now, Rick Beato, there's some very big names in this list, and for you to add me in there is very humbling. Thank you very much, Ed Zelinsky. He's got a fantastic channel, right? He does tutorials, and he's very easy to listen to, very knowledgeable, and I suggest you go over and check out Ed Zelinsky. There's his channel right there. He's a lovely human being. Okay? Good. So thank you, Ed. That was very kind. You can become a Wart Warrior too. Apparently, oh, where's my camera? There it is. You can become a Wart Warrior, says Thomas Christ. I'm lazy and I'm not tagging everyone, says Mr. Smith. I've said hello about a billion times in the last 24 hours. Well, I suggest, Mr. Smith, that you contact the World Guinness Book of Records if you've really done it a million times. I am in an absolutely dickhead mood, as you can probably tell today, because it's the rant and I can say whatever I want. Howard Anderson, Ed's vid is brilliant, and so are you. Thank you for spending some time here on this little channel here. Very kind of you. And here she is, this lady. I watched her over on Camp Gmail yesterday. Javale is just an absolutely awesome singer, and she is so beautiful as well to look at. She goes very easy on the eyes. And I know that probably comes off as very sexist these days to say something like that, but hey, I'm a trans woman. I'll say what I want. There she is. You should go and sub up to her channel. She's a really, really talented girl. And there's Ed's channel there as well, thanks to Thomas, who's doing his work, his diligent work. And I want to thank you. There's Barry Glenn. There he is, Barry Glenn. You all doing well? Are you all healthy? You all pumped for this week coming up? I hope you're all good, because we got a crazy week coming up here on this channel. And we're starting off today by talking about isms. Isms. Everywhere you go these days, isms. Communism, socialism, capitalism, schism. There's lots of isms, isn't there? And everybody says their ism is the right ism. And this ism is going to be better for us all but really the truth of the matter is, it's all just, and if you work in the sex industry, that one. Look at you two. I was wondering who was going to write it. I thought it was actually going to be Semtex Cow first, or Mr. Smith, but it was Ed B. Metal. Very shocking stuff there. But isms, man. Everyone's got their ism is the best ism, and it's going to beat me to it, says Hugh Caldwell. At least I wasn't going to type it, but I was thinking it. But look, everybody's ism is the best ism, isn't it? It's going to help us all get to the place that we want to go to. But you know what? At the end of the day, the best ism is probably the mixture of all the isms. And the one that dominates us the most is consumerism. It really is. Consumerism has us all by the balls, pretty much. Even if you don't have balls, because everywhere you go these days, buy, spend. And you can probably tie that into, capitalism or whatever you want to tie it to, whatever dogma you want to throw your name under. But consumerism, it really is the dominant species of the isms. Everyone wants you to buy something. Even here on YouTube, it just is like the latest thing that you have to have. And I grapple with this a lot here on this channel because, of course, I cover apps and new things and gear and all that kind of stuff. But I've always tried to maintain here on this channel that, apps aren't Pokemon and you don't need to buy them all. You just buy the ones that will help you, that will actually add something onto the skill level that you should be improving. The skill level is the most important thing. I mean, you can have a million reverb apps, but if you don't know how to use them properly, that's probably why you've got a lot of reverb apps, because you're not even using the ones you've got well. Maybe not. You can't speak for everybody because everybody's at different levels. You know what I mean? It's like coming out and condemning an entire group of people or entire religion, entire race or any of this stuff. It's stupid to do because there are varying degrees of everything within these groups of people so... Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Consumerism, it's something that I sit here and struggle with all the time. How am I going to talk about this thing? And I don't want to come off like I've been paid off unless it's a sponsor, right? I only have really one sponsor here on this channel, which is DistroKid, and I was using them way before they became a sponsor. So I was already flag waving for them, and I'd already got other people to release their music through them, so it just felt like a natural fit. But there's a lot of YouTube channels out there who have, they'll be talking about, let's talk about this film star who's had a fall from grace. And by the way, VPN Surfshark has nothing to do with the downfall of Christian Slater. But, where do you draw the line with, what you attach your name to as well in marketing? But let's go back. We'd like to go back in time for marketing and consumerism, because things have changed. When I was a kid, let me just speak for the weirdos in the audience. I'm not going to put myself in this list. Let me speak for the weirdos in the audience. And look, here's one right here who's going to be on this show this week. Hello, Jared. Welcome to the Weirdo Show. So let's talk about this. So when a lot of people who are my age would remember when you were younger, marketing was a whole different thing. Consumerism was a very different thing. Sure, it was still there. The latest, greatest things would come out. And sometimes a lot of them were way beyond our reach to be able to afford. You put your hand up if you were a kid here growing up and the Betamax video VCR came out, and it was or the Atari 2600. I was one of those kids, and everybody fought in the neighborhood to have one. It was the coolest thing to have, But I'll tell you what was different was that we didn't get bombarded on the level that we do now with social media to, hey, there's this new thing. Because and you all know, so back in the day, you maybe got a catalog in the mail, and I know there's some people like Hugh and Semtex Cal and Mr. Smith maybe, who got some catalogs that they spent some time with. Anyway. But that's what it was. Or it was in the newspaper, or you watch television, right? And even you go back even further, was the traveling medicine man who would come around with the latest cool. That's going back way too far. But things were different. We weren't bombarded every single second of the day with, hey, there's this new thing. And we know that you looked at it. And so we're going to let you know that you looked at it everywhere you go on the internet. Well, we all know this is a thing, right? Don't we? Right? Yesterday, I was setting up a thumbnail for a show this week on headphones. And I just typed in Bayer Dynamics. And today, when I woke up and opened up Facebook, guess what? Every second ad in my Facebook is from Bayer Dynamic headphones. Look, I just opened it up now. Here's my Facebook. Just opened it up. Kirk Kasprick's the first comment. Look at that. Scroll. Oh, Bayer Dynamics Australia. Now, how would they know that I was just preparing a show for Bayer Dynamic headphones? Wow, isn't that amazing? We really are being watched, right? And I've been a conspiracy theorist, and if you are one right now and you think the Anunnaki's coming, you think the world's flat, change course. Focus on the things that are real, okay? Your phones are listening to you. They are. And they're probably not listening to you for the diabolical things that you think, right? They're not listening to you for the most diabolical things. Unless you're really, doing crime, you're okay. But what they are listening to is what you want, what you are looking at, what you want to buy, what they can sell you. That is the thing. So when I see all these conspiracy theorists out there freaking the fuck out, losing their minds, and no, you're wrong. You're an idiot. You're wasting your time on this bullshit. What they want is to sell you more things. What they want is your money. They want to give you as little as possible, knowing that full well that little money as possible, you want things and you will buy things if you are overloaded with the sensories to buy that stuff, putting yourself in a terrible situation that you can't dig yourself out of. That's the reality. They don't need to spy on you for doing bad things or having an opinion or anything like that. Get real. It's all about consumerism. It all is about buying stuff. And, I've done tests like this before where, and you should try it too. Sit around with your phone, put it on the desk and talk about a topic for an entire day or even just a few hours, like surfing. I really would like to get into surfing or scuba gear and I would really love to buy some scuba gear. Where could I get some scuba gear? I'm considering taking scuba lessons. Trust me, you will see that information start popping up everywhere you go because they want to sell you stuff, right? And this is true too. Midnight Bandit says this. We even value ourselves on what we buy. Yes, we sit there and go, oh, look at this. I'm a representation of this thing that I own. This thing that will be outdated within a month. No, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. You are worth so much more than that. So much more, right? And because things come and go, you know, and I'm going to get into this in the stuff. Like, all right, let's jump into, what are we, 17 minutes in? Let me have some coffee and chill. Is it all right if I have some coffee? Have a sip of some coffee? Yeah. I'll mute because I'm not rude. I'm not metalhead hippie. Nom, 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 nom. They don't even need to do that, though. Why do you think? Yes, exactly. Why do you think every store has a loyalty card? It is funny, isn't it, Thomas? We see this all the time. They're always watching us. You are carrying around a GPS. I don't know how to tell you any. GPS. Everywhere you go. Connected to things that where you are the product. When you are the product. I love it. I love it. I see people all the time, but it's free. No, it's not free. It's free to use, but your information is you're the product. You are the product. Anything that is like that, read the T's and C's, man. You are the bloody product. You are the product. We are the product. We are the product that is being sold to. More products. We are the products. Not only are we the slaves in the system that keeps the system rolling with all the isms that we are fighting over, that which ism is the correct system of the ism, but we are the fuel. We're the snake eating its own tail. We're the workers keeping the system rolling and buying into the system, keeping the system rolling. We are just eating our own tails, and it is. And I'm not trying to say this to be depressing or anything like that, right? Because it doesn't need to be sad. Urethra Franklin is here. I love it. I love this community so much. So, hello, Urethra. I hope you've seen your doctor recently. But we are the products and we consume the products. And it's not, look, you can sit here and thump tables and yell and scream and cry and go, "Urgh," but it's not really that bad, right? It's like this too. So we will get to YouTube because YouTube is a big component of a lot of our lives here. And it has its good and it has its bad. But for the most part, it has good parts, yeah? Now, for all the negative stuff that we see, let's just dive here. I just want to put this out there. With YouTube and whatever social media you're on as well, when you're getting fed all these ads too, you are we are coerced a lot into these little groups, little echo chambers of our thought processes and our beliefs. Why? Because we give our thoughts up freely. Because remember, we're the product. We are the product. They're pilfering what we say, so then they can use that product, us, our thoughts, our feelings. You know the things that certain people say, facts over feelings. Listen, motherfuckers, if I sat on Facebook all day just spitting facts, that ain't selling, but my feelings do sell. They love feelings. Why do they love feelings, like on Facebook? Because they can market feelings to other people. You know why? Because we're all having feelings. We all have feelings, and many of us can't control our feelings. And some of us think we are controlling our feelings, and we're not controlling them, and we're all over the shop. Most of us are all over the shop because our feelings is something that we still don't understand, right? But we try to control them and contain them, but our feelings are being marketed against each other and used in algorithms to push to people who are currently going through those feelings, to keep them in spirals. Why do you think on YouTube, if you're feeling down, you will start to see other people who are feeling similar to you in the same situation? because they don't want you to crawl out of it. Why? Because there's a product to be sold to you to help you get out of that. Right? People don't want you to, especially engineered social media and all that it works off you being the product compared to going and seeing a counsellor, which is completely different, right? No matter what you think of that industry as well. But they want to keep you feeling a certain way so you can buy things. That's what it's all about, yeah? It's all about buying things. Just keep buying things. Keep fucking buying things. And when you get to the age that many of us are here, you do know that buying things don't change that stuff. Buying things don't get you out of the hole that you may be in. They maybe give you a little bit of pleasure. Buying a new guitar. Look at the meme that goes around about buying a guitar, the joke that, you got to always buy a new guitar. It's you know what I'm talking about. My wife won't let me buy a guitar, so I bought 20. Like, fuck it. If you want to buy something, just buy it. Like, don't, as long as you can afford it, that's the most important thing. Where I'm getting off track here. Social media, we are the product, but the product that we are is only to sell us more products. So, in the case of YouTube, and I'm going to speak for myself first, I have watched a lot of YouTube before I got into doing this. Right? I never thought I would be doing YouTube. This is what? I still pinch myself every day that I sit here and do this. It's strange. It is strange to sit here and be talking essentially to a wall every day. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm sitting here staring at a little box that's in front of my wall, and there's no feedback coming, and I just see words coming up, all of you here, and it's a bizarre concept. It really is. And I watch a lot of YouTube, but the algorithms that you watch on YouTube, you make, right? You generate them. It's the same as on Facebook. What you put out on Facebook is what you get back to you. That's what they do. They take the data, they look at it, and they say you're depressed all the time, or they say that you're maybe trans, so they're going to feed you trans stuff, or they're going to feed you the stuff that you put out there. So you're freely giving away this information, so that's what you're going to get. You are essentially manufacturing your own echo chamber. So you can change that, though, by looking at varied stuff. And for myself on YouTube, speaking of buying things, I bought a Jade mug, drinking from it right now. Good purchase. Yes, look, there it is. I'm not really good at marketing. My products have a word on it that Americans are terrified of. So it's not really good. Yeah? Excuse me. But again, my point is you are able to manifest your feeds on all of these social engineered places like Facebook. It just depends on what you put out. When I was going through some really hard times on Facebook, I was putting everything out there. I was just writing some wackadoodle shit because I was super depressed and I was using drugs and I was into conspiracy theories. I'd given up on life. I seriously had given up. It was, in my mind, I was slowly pushing myself to death. That's what I was doing. And if you go back and read some of the stuff I was putting up in 2016, 2017, it's wackadoodle shit. And so what was coming back on my feed was wackadoodle shit. A lot of bullshit conspiracies, a lot of real crazy nonsense shit, because that's what I was putting out there. And even on YouTube too, a lot of the channels I'd subscribed to were like crazy conspiracies, the Anunnaki and Nibiru and just some wackadoodle crap. And it wasn't good for me. It absolutely was not good for me at all. Now, when I look at my YouTube algorithm, it's a lot of products. A lot of products. And a lot of the products that come back to me now are products that I already own. That is really frustrating. Here's the thing with this consumerism world that we live in with social media. is yes, the algorithms and the microphones in our phones, they listen to what we're looking for or what we might want to buy, and then they start sending us ads. I just wish to fuck that they would work out that when I buy the thing, you can stop sending me ads. I've already bought it. I don't need any more. Like, why can't it work that out? Well, I already have shown pictures that I've got it. Why can't I work that out and go, all right, well, Jade's bought that thing now. We don't have to keep sending ads anymore. But no, I still keep getting ads for things that I've already bought. It's broken. Fix it. Look, I don't mind getting the ads sent to me. Sometimes it's helped me buy things that it's saved me from going and hunting for things. It's come to me that way as well too. So that's been very easy. But at the same time, after you've bought something, it kind of is very frustrating. But getting back to conspiracies and things like that, and building your own echo chamber, a lot of that stuff too my YouTube was based around US politics, and slowly that stuff's starting to disappear, thankfully, because as soon as you stop watching it, it disappears. And the stuff that you are watching constantly will show up more and more and more and more. And it doesn't take too much to do this. Like, if you look at my YouTube, oh God, should I show you guys this? This is scary. What's my YouTube consist of? My front page. I challenge you all to go and do this right now. P. Johns, the Tech-It Realm. So he covers scam bait videos. Destiny, all right, so there's some left-wing stuff. There's another left-wing thing with Anna Kaspararian, who's losing her mind at the moment. Metalhead Hippie, he's building a lean-to for my front porch with an ATV cover for winter. We've got an anti-woke gamer cringe video. We've got the Mix Club, Hassan, so some more. Look, I haven't seen Donald Trump once. Oh, it's starting to work. It's starting to work. I'm getting rid of Donald Trump out of my mix. Adam Martin, Strange Early Days for Channel 4. Shelley Siegel, who I'm hoping to have on the show for an interview next month. We got this dude, he covers AI software, AI art and stuff. Alice in Wonderland. We've got anacondas, so you'll see lots of snake videos and spider breeding videos. WWE, of course. There's a lot of WWE in my stuff. Penguin Z, Valerie Bart, Voidzilla. So it's starting to really get a nice mix of stuff. Hassan always pops up because I do watch a lot of Hassan. YouTube's war on older creators. There's the first Donald Trump. There we are. See? First Donald Trump, some bass stuff. We got normally there's video game stuff in here. Destiny, computer purchases, Glenn Fricker. So the Twin Towers weren't made of cheese and were hit by a hologram, and the moon landing could deal with it. Exactly, I told you. What are you talking about? Don't touch me. Right, Gary Hubbs. So there's a nice, Elon Musk. So there's a nice mixture of stuff where I'm telling you, about a month ago, it was all just Donald Trump. It was all just Donald Trump. And I was watching way too much of it. And you know what? That's what keeps people like that relevant. It doesn't matter if you like or hate them. And they don't have to really do anything except just get their face in as many places as they can, because then you just are flooded. And the more you watch of one thing, it's going to be looks similar to my YouTube as well. There you go. So that's good. But getting back to consumerism, we need to run an ad. Every day here in the channel, at the halfway point, we run an ad. Why? Because, let me tell you why. And I like explaining these things. I like to be upfront with exactly why I do it. People used to watch the live streams and all get ads at different times. And you may be seeing something that you like, and then all of a sudden the ad happens, right? And then you miss what's going on. So I try and do the ad all at one place so we can have a break and then everyone gets it at the one time. And I'm not good at doing the ads. I feel bad putting ads in. Every day, once my videos go live, YouTube puts like 50 ads in, and I go in and remove them all, and I just put one in. I feel bad about doing it. It's not. I'm just not that person. I can't leave 20 ads in a fucking video. It doesn't make sense. So the ad has been run. You can avoid the ad by skipping it now if you did get one, or by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber, because YouTube Premium is pretty cool, actually. Still Illa says, glad you found your way out of that sad conspiracy hole. Gives me hope that folks can return to reality. I'll tell you what, you know how I got out of it? And look, I think a lot of people that fall into it aren't bad people. We need to stop looking at people who are in that place as bad people or as stupid. It's a byproduct of where we're at with caring for each other and social services and the way money is distributed and poverty and the amount of jobs people have to work to just keep their head above water. It's a byproduct of and the poor health systems. When people are at their lowest, then they're susceptible to this kind of stuff. And that's where I was. I was incredibly susceptible to a lot of nonsense. Right? Because when you're really, really down, just like when people are really, really up, you can fall into the hole of main character syndrome. And I really don't want that to come across as callous. But when you're really down, you become main character syndrome. When you're really up, main character syndrome. There's a lot of main character syndrome going on in the world at the moment. And when you're in a main character syndrome kind of world, you think, oh, I've found a secret little code and I've decoded this thing that you haven't. Just be better, man, and look after people next to you and stop trying to fucking be Inspector Clouseau. Right? It's not as complicated as what you think it is, right? The rich are just creating more ways to stay rich, and the people in government are just creating more ways to stay rich, and that's it. It's not too fucking hard. Both sides are evil, and they're both just lining their pockets, and they don't give a fuck about you. It's not hard, right? It's not hard. This is when you start complicating things, it gets weird. And then, yeah. So for me, I was really depressed and sick. And I'd been told by doctors, you're going to die. You've got all these problems. You know, I'd been to America to sort my health and no hope, no hope, no hope. So I turned to drugs. I fell into drugs and I felt shit. I felt like I was going to die, and I fell into main character syndrome. Like, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to find out the truth about what's going on. I don't know. But the one thing that got me out of it was I noticed a lot of the people in the same place had a lot of religious dogma around them. And I couldn't, and eventually I was able to snap out of it because I was like, you know what? A lot of these people's other beliefs are very fucking kooky. And so, yeah, this doesn't make sense. So I got out of it. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate you too. Clear your watch history. Yes, exactly. Do that too. And yeah, it doesn't take much to watch something new, and you'll clean that up. All right. So what the main thing I want to talk about with YouTube and buying things and comparing my kind of channel to what's going on is, all right. I'm definitely not going to name names, because that's not how I do this, of course. Hello, Pete Johns. He's Pete Johns. It's 8:35 a.m. and Pete is always partying at this time. That's why we call him Party Pete. Pete Johns, good to see you. Right, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there, right, who do reviews of things, and I watch heaps of them, and I love them. The content's great. It looks great. They're very professional and all this stuff. Here's the one problem I have. Here's the one problem I have. I watched a YouTube video on this thing here. Let me get rid of my photo. See this thing? This is the Rodecaster Pro 2. This is a thing that I love here in my studio. I have a lot of stuff here in the studio, right? I'm very I've consumed a lot. Let me tell you. But very sensibly I've consumed over the last 4 years. If you go back and watch my early videos and see what I had then to what I have now, I've consumed gradually and built up to things that I really wanted to have to make things easier. But this is the Rodecaster Pro 2. And I still watch a lot of videos on this thing just because I think this is one of the best things ever made. I love this thing. Oh, I would, if I could take this to bed, I would. I would fuck it. I really would. Anyway, no, I really love this thing. So I still watch a lot of videos on it because it's just very, very good. It does so much. It is the main beast of this whole setup. And I watch a few channels who continuously do shows on this. And I was watching one the other day that I watch all the time, and he basically said in the video, well, there's been a new update to the Rodecaster Pro 2, and I don't really use the Rodecaster Pro 2 since I got this thing. And yet all of his content is about it. Every other video is about the Rodecaster Pro 2, and then he just drops this bomb of like, I haven't been using it for months. I've been using this other thing over here. And I felt so betrayed, right? Because if your whole channel is built on like talking about this thing and doing like Pete, right? Like Pete is known for GarageBand, and Pete is so into GarageBand. Even when Logic came out, he did all these specials on Logic, but he just goes back to GarageBand because he really loves it, and you can tell he loves it, right? And no matter what you think, if you like it or not, it doesn't matter. Pete really loves GarageBand. He's very invested in it. So this certain creator, his whole content is about the Rodecaster Pro 2, but then he's like, I don't know how to even use it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? And it got me thinking about just how many creators out there review things to sell to you, to get you to buy them, and then put them in the fucking cupboard and never use them. And I'm telling you guys, the number would probably shock the absolute living hell out of you, because it does happen, yeah? The Fruity Loops. It would be like me going, exactly. Yes. So look at you've upset Thomas, Pete. Sit in the corner with Art the Clown for 2 minutes for upsetting Thomas. We can't have that here. Don't upset Thomas here on my channel. All right, but it's a hard game doing this, right? Because people want to be first to review things and have content. So there's that, right? Take that into regard. So you got to have content. Keep content fresh. Companies send out gear for you to review. For the most part, companies don't pay you to do it. They give you the gear. And for the most part, I'm talking like 90%, companies don't expect you to send a video, or they don't get to see the video before you drop it, right? I know there's a lot of people out there who think, that's what it is. I haven't come across, I think maybe one that wanted to do that, and so I didn't do the video. But it's very rare that companies want to do that. So it's hard to gauge on if people really are into the thing that they're trying to sell you or not. And you know how I tell that? Is by looking at the content and seeing every day when you see their desk, are they using the things that they've just told you to go and get? Or are they not? Or are they in the cupboard behind them? That's the real test, not the initial video of them going, hello, blah, 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 buy this thing. But are they using it? Is the thing on hand? Did you watch a Tonex video of me late last year, and I can just lean down and go, oh, there's my Tonex pedal. It's on the floor because I'm always using it. That's the thing. That vocal pedal that I reviewed, that's on the floor down here as well too. And I can just, it's ready to go. I can just plug in. Do they have the things on their desk? Are they using the things all this time afterwards? That's the more important thing, I think, when you watch a content creator who's like telling you these things. When you see me review an app, are the apps on am I using them in demonstrations, or have they just been deleted off my thingo? Have I just removed them? You know what I mean? Oh, look, we're going to get to this. We've still got time. We've got 20 minutes. Microphones and headphones. Microphones, headphones, and fucking monitors. Oh, God. I am a consumer, right? I consume a lot of YouTube before I buy a product. I watch heaps of videos. And for the most part, guess what? Every video is the exact fucking same. This is the problem. Every video looks so good. The presentation is so good. Why? Because a lot of these creators already have 50,000 subs plus. Their channel's pro. They know how to make pro-looking videos. So this is why companies send them stuff, because they've already got followers, lots of followers, and their videos, their content already looks really good. So when you watch the stuff, it's gonna look good. It's just as good as a fucking $1 million commercial. It really is. Look at my shitty studio, the way I can change camera angles and, do all this stuff, have split cameras and do all this kind of stuff. We are in the age where I can sit here in my little bedroom and make it look like a goddamn TV studio and make things look really professional with very minimal gear. Right? So it's very easy to make stuff look very, very fancy and cool. But if nobody's using it afterwards, that is where it gets tricky. Now, have I done some shows on here early on in the channel where people have sent me gear and I've reviewed it and I'm no longer using it? Yes. Yes. And some of it's in Art the Clown's belly. That's where it is. No, some of it's behind me. But for the most part, that stuff is audio interfaces because, audio interfaces they're much of a muchness these days. They're all good. Here's the thing with specifically for the gear we're talking about, mics, headphones, audio interfaces, they're all really good. Even the cheap ones, they're all wicked. Like you can't go wrong buying a pair of $150 headphones. You can't go wrong buying $100 like Rode Pod mic. You can't go wrong. The gear that we have now is all sick. And if you want to spend up $900 and buy a microphone or $1,000 for a microphone instead of a $150 microphone, that's up to you. But I'm telling you, the $150 ones, no one's going to listen to your music and go, well, I was really enjoying that song, but then I found out that it was only a $150 microphone that we're using. And I don't think I can listen to that song ever again. $150. And that shit's not going to happen. Nobody's sitting there with that kind of hearing to go, that doesn't sound like it was done on a Neumann. And if you actually think that is the case, you probably should take up knitting. Right? So here's the quandary. The quandary is, for myself, what gear do you accept when a company reaches out to you? For example, now, just be well aware, I'm not shitting on anybody who did reviews for this, right? Recently, IK Multimedia dropped some monitors and people got offered to do reviews for them. Now, I already have monitors. I have monitors up here. I've got these KRKs. I felt when I got offered to do a review for them that it would be a terrible representation for me to do a review of those monitors, and then for every show afterwards, when you saw this wide shot, you wouldn't see those monitors because I have these monitors and I'm really happy with these monitors. And absolutely 100%, those new IK Multimedia monitors are fucking awesome. They're really, really good. And Pete did a review of them, but Pete has a studio where he was looking for some fucking good monitors. Patrick Baird, looking for some good monitors. right? And they suit their studio. Makes total sense. Now, every time you see Pete, if you see his desk, those monitors are on there. Things have got to make sense if you like do a review of something. That's how I feel, right? So where the strength comes in being a YouTube content creator is being able to turn down things and not just taking everything on. And it can get hard because FOMO. Have I sat here and looked at those monitors and gone, God, I wish I had have said yes. They're really good monitors. But you got to control that, man, because, like, again, people, they want to know that you're using them. I record about 60% of all my studio vocals myself in other bands with an SM58. Absolutely. It doesn't need anything else, and nobody can ever tell you. Peter Gabriel uses an FM57. Yes. My most popular song was recording on an iPad Air through an $80 interface and $50 mic. I have much better gear now, make worse music. Yes, 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 yes. I was making better music way before I started this channel, and all I had was a shitty interface, one channel. God, what was that interface? It was awful. I got it secondhand on eBay. I had it for 5 years. It went to America with me, an SM58 that I bought in America. One acoustic guitar. That's all I had back then. A little bit of this shit now. Look. How many of them do I play every day? Zero. Just sit there. But you make more music with less stuff, right? You do. You make more music with less stuff. Trust me on this one. You will make so much better music, right? Because you explore every nook and inch and cranny of that stuff that you have, right? Because you want to squeeze everything you can out of it. And a lot of gear these days and all that stuff, it has so much value in it. You can keep squeezing it. There's just so much value in it. One sec. What do we got left? We got about 12 minutes. Tristan says, is that why I have every music app and use one? Yes. When listener listened to them from PC speakers, everything gone in vain. Where is this America you speak of? It's just a place that I love. I love living in America. I lived there for 2 years. It was wonderful. It was a great place. Pete's listening and looking at his monitors now. Yeah, look. Again, there's heaps of things I could have done content on here. For instance, look, see these lights over here? Elgato key lights. These are a new addition. I had these soft boxes, right? Pete knows this. These $60 fucking soft boxes off Amazon. They're big. They're these huge things on stands. They take up all this room. They're like evil shadows hanging over you. But let me tell you, 4 years I had them. $60, and they just never had any lighting problems. I went and got these things. Oops, I upgraded these things here, and they're wonderful. Look what I can do. I can press a button, and they turn off. Ooh, they're like $400 each. There's two of them. Really expensive stuff, right? And I can review them, but I don't need to. You should be able to use your common sense and see that's what I use. I use them every day. I don't need to sit here and tell you to go buy them because that's you. You do you, boo. Buy the cheap soft boxes. That's my advice. Buy the really cheap ones. They work really good. I've missed a few people saying hello to Robbie Stingle and Tristan. I didn't actually say hello. Empirism, g'day to you. If I haven't said hello, and thanks for hanging out, Howard Anderson. I've got 10 minutes before Pete's up. Cheap soft boxes, man, they're the best. Again, things that I really haven't done reviews of. Look, and here's another one. The Stream Deck. This thing controls my entire show. This is where I click the buttons and do all the things, right? It is amazing. This thing is just overhead camera. There you go, Stream Deck. I could sit here and tell you to go and buy one of these things, but, like, what's the point? You can go and find it if you need it, right? Me having it means nothing. I'm going to finish on this, right? Again, my Rodecaster, I use it every day. My iPad, I use it every day. All these things I use every day. My drum kit, look, drum kit sitting over here as well. There it is. I drum on this. This is what I exercise on every day on my drum kit. So there's that. Now, I've got a show coming up. Now, I didn't run that. Did run the ad, but I've got a show coming up tomorrow. I'm leading you into this. So thank you for humouring me. We got a bunch of shows coming up. Let's talk about them now. Tomorrow, here on the channel, we have coming up this. Headphones I love. I'm trying to do content now where I'm not telling you what to buy. I've always tried not to tell you what to buy. But I'm going to tell you about the 3 headphones that I have. These are the 3 headphones that I own. The only 3 headphones that I own. And all of them are very different, and I've had very different experiences with them. And you know what? I can't tell you which ones you should buy, because guess what? We're all fucking different. And all our hearing is different. And some of us have spent half our lives standing at Metallica gigs next to the speaker going, this is the best time of my life. What? Why am I 40 and can't hear anything? We hear things differently. God, we even hear things differently from the news. We have a news presenter tell us that this is happening, and some people walk away going, did you hear that? It's the end of the world. We hear things, even when they're spelt out to our face, in absolute clarity, that someone else hears and thinks it's something completely different. So I can't in good conscience tell you which headphones you should buy. I can't. And it's the same with monitors either. I don't know. I can only tell you these are the ones I use, and I like them. But don't take my word for it. You can go and read the specs and all that stuff and watch all these videos. The proof in the pudding, I think, again, comes back to, are the people who are using the things, how long are they using them for? Have they had them for a long time? That's the most important thing. Microphones. Do you know how many microphones I've got? I've got so many microphones. I've got microphones worth $500, $600, $700, $200, $50. But this is the one I use. This is the one I use for everything. The Rode Pod mic. I've even bought many, different coloured things for it. I love it. It works. The other mic I use here every day, look at this. It's a wireless mic. It's a Rode wireless mic that clips onto a thing. I love it. It's easy. I can wave my hands around like a princess. But is it right for you? I don't know. My problem is I feel guilty telling people to go buy things, and then you buy it and then they don't work, and then I get, I don't know. It's not my fault. I don't want to deal with that shit. Right? So tomorrow we're going to talk about these headphones. And trust me, they're all very different. And even, trust me, come and join me tomorrow to hear about these headphones, because, boy, the last time I did a review on headphones, these bad boys, a bunch of people bought them. And guess what? Mine have broken 3 times. And this is my 3rd set. But guess what? They've got a lifetime warranty. And then everybody else who bought them, they broke on them too. Hippie, Leela, Barry Glenn. Everybody who's bought these, they've broken. But if they break, they'll give you a new pair. Forever. Forever. So it makes me scared to even endorse stuff. It's just the way it is. Other stuff we have coming up this week. We're taking a look at this week. GeoShred have released a studio version for the Mac, and you can use your iOS device to control it on the Mac. It's really rad. And we have a massive giveaway on the Patreon of this worth about $2,000 on the Patreon this week. So if you're not a Patreon, what are you doing? You're missing out on the bag, my friends. We're also going to take a look at, finally, MIDI step from 4Pockets. Yeah, 4Pockets make some great apps. We're going to be taking a look at that this week. Lots of varied stuff here on the channel. Also, I just dropped this video last night, the update, which has all the latest app updates and price drops for the week. So if you haven't seen that video, it's up on the channel now. And we are closing. So we're continuing on one show this week. We're working on my remaking my first demo. So there's lots of varied programs on the show, on the channel this week. Plus, we are rounding out this week with an interview with this guy here, Midnight Bandit, the beautiful mind, is coming on the show. We're going to interview Midnight Bandit this week, so hopefully you'll come and join us for that. And I can tell you we're rounding out the month of the opening hour with something very special. The Big Four. So that is happening on the opening hour this week. The Big Four, of course, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Metallica. I'll do a mixture of the Big Four. We all love the Big Four, so if you're a metalhead, you won't want to miss that show. There. No, Maiden's not in there. They don't make the Big Four. The Big Four was a huge tour that went on. Yeah? And Iron Maiden weren't in that, so all right, so let's wrap up what we're saying here. I love doing these shows and I love telling you about things and new products, new apps. I do like it. I do like receiving gear from companies, but I do try to only accept or reach out to companies to get gear that I will use. So if you're thinking sometimes you see on this channel, why is Jade not covering this thing? Well, I probably can't fit it into what I use. And I feel it's disingenuous to sit here and go, you should get this thing, the thing that I'm keeping in my cupboard and don't use. So I do turn down a lot of things. It doesn't mean that they're not good things, right? It's just that's the way I operate. With apps, I try not to sit here every day and tell you, you should buy this thing. And if there is a thumbnail that does say you need this app, then I really think you need it. Or I really think it's really good. Not necessarily that you need it, but I really think it's bloody awesome. Do any of these things make you better? No, that's debatable, isn't it? Right? How you get better is by doing the things. Doesn't matter what you do them on. Just do more. Just make more things. Just collaborate with more people. Just watch more things. Try and learn more things. You can buy as much gear or get as many apps as you want and fall into this consumerism thing of I need this and I need to have that. Overall, it may make life a little easier. And that's a cool thing to buy stuff as well. Look, I will be honest. A lot of things I buy for the channel, I get not necessarily because they're better, but they save time. Time to me is much more valuable than anything else. And I find it hard to do shows telling you about time because not everybody runs a YouTube channel, does it? You're creating all the time. Time is more valuable to me than anything because it means I can get up and do things in a timely manner and go and have a better life. Enjoy the things I like to do away from the YouTube channel. Not a better life, but you know what I'm saying? Time is much more important to me than like if it's a whiz-bang new feature or something, you know. So please, you know, pay attention to the stuff you watch. Pay attention to the people who watch, who review things, and are they using them? The Lonely Rocker, his channel, right? I'm just going to as an example. He covers heaps of Tonex stuff from IK Multimedia. That guy uses that thing all the fucking time. He uses that pedal all the fucking time, right? Pay attention to that stuff. Not just another person who's got another free thing and they're telling you to get this thing because guess what? Next week they'll be telling you to get something else. Consumerism, it rules the world, and we're all a part of it. Thank you for watching today and allowing me to rant. Lots of great stuff coming up this week. Pete's up next. Love you all. Thank you so much. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. Yes, Ed, I'll finish on this. Yes, it's coming. I've had it for ages, mate. I'm just waiting for the new Tonex update to come out, which has modulation and delay. It's coming. All right. All right. Stay awake. Let's Oge. See you over at Pete Johns. He's got YML. Love you lots. Goodbye.